Hello and welcome to the GMS Magazine channel. I am Paco Garcia, your host, and today I have with me a copy of Nexum Galaxy, a game from a small publishing company called Eclypse Editorial from Spain and designed by Enrique Prieto. This game, as of the day of recording this video, is on a crowdfunding platform to get your attention and hopefully your money. But is this game actually worth the amount of money that you're gonna have to back to get your hands on it? Welcome to the GMS Magazine unboxing videos. Nexum Galaxy is a strategy tactic, really expandable game that's going to take us onto the depths of space so we can conquer star systems, gather relics, fight our enemies, and basically get all the technology that our civilization needs to reign supreme up in the universe, which is a pretty cool premise. And I know there are plenty of games that work on the same thing, but I like this one quite a lot. What's in the box though, and is this going to be worth it? Well, one thing I have to mention is that this is a pre-production copy. So even though it looks absolutely amazing, the final game may look slightly different than this from the point of view of the components. I have to say that I love the cover because it does tell the story of what's going to happen within this, because in the game we're going to find star systems with stars and small and large planets, and we're going to have spaceships with different colors that we're going to use to fight. So from that point of view, yeah, this works very nicely, and I love the typography and graphic design of the name of the game, which is lovely. The bag has also been very well used, which is very good, and I think this is the right time to mention that this is a game for 1 to up to 4 players, ages 8 or higher. And it should last about 15 minutes per player, depending on whether you're using artificial intelligence or not. And I will go on to that in a bit. So, what's inside the box? Well, firstly, this is a very good quality box, okay? This is not your cereal box kind of cardboard. This is much nicer, and I hope the end will be the same. That will be very good. This is the Guía Avanzada that they have sent me, that I haven't really taken a look at yet because this is very much in pre-production stages, but it comes with, wow, okay, a lot of new systems. That's amazing. These are stretch goals, by the way, so you may want to take a look at these because they are very impressive. So they have already unscrewed this for me. This is one of the joys of board game opening and unboxing. Why have you done this? Now I don't get to get it. Don't get to do it. So, okay, let's take a look at the rules. Okay, the rules are pretty well laid out, and it comes down to 14 pages, which is not bad at all. This is a fairly simple game to get to grips with, but it has a huge amount of depth and variance that's given both by the AI and the number of game types that you can use with this game, because you can either play solo, you can play 2 versus 2, 1 versus all versus all versus the AI. It's pretty decent. I like the way that they've been, that these rules have been laid out, even though I wish that this was a little bit bigger, just a tiny little bit bigger. But all the components are very clearly put together in here, which is pretty good. Game preparation is actually quite simple, so from that point of view, this game also has a nice spot in my heart already, and the gameplay is very simple. Anyway, the rules, very easy to read. Just so you know, yes, you might be saying that this is in Spanish. Worry not. The rules have already been translated into English, and they will be published in English as well. The rest of the game is pretty much language independent, so it doesn't matter what the number of rules that are in the box. You can play this game without a problem at all. The back of the rules, by the way, there's a cheat sheet where you can exactly know what you're meant to be doing on every turn and what the relics are going to do and the cost of everything that you can do throughout the game. They have given me 2 little boxes, one where the pieces, all the tokens come, one for my medication, I guess, I don't know, let's put it there. The game is full of tokens, and the tokens are going to be for energy, which is the currency that we're going to be using throughout, just to create our own spaceships or to travel from one system to the other. And that is going to be something you need to keep a very close eye on, how much of these you get. We also have our spaceships with more tokens. They're quite robust, by the way. I do like them. Even though they could be a little bit bigger, that would have been very, very nice indeed. But these spaceships that I hope they get to enough money to actually make plastic models, or at the very least STL files, so we can print them. That would be very cool indeed. There are loads of them, and we have the spaceships, we have the tokens for the relics. Here, the tokens for the events, the effects that take place in planets, depending on what the artificial intelligence is going to do. And tokens where things are meant to come to a standstill in the systems. So loads of them, but as you can see, you can easily gather in just one of these little boxes. So not too many of these. We also have the tiles, which are, as you can see, perfectly round. And we get, this is the scoreboard, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tiles, double-sided. So effectively, that is 24 tiles. Each one of these tiles has a letter, 3 planets, and a star. The planets have different sizes, and depending on the size of the planet, it's going to give you a certain amount of resources when you loot them, which you can do when you destroy the enemies that are occupying the planet at the time. This is the scoreboard, which comes down to 7, and that is the number of battles that you can win or have to win in order to become victorious for this game. Each battle you win gives you a point, 7, you win everything, or if you get 4 relics, that's it. You are also declared victorious. That's it. Those are the 2 victory conditions for this game. And last, but by no means least, we get a small deck of cards, and that is going to be the artificial intelligence. They are beautifully illustrated and strong enough, even though, as usual, you're going to have to sleeve them because they are going to see a fair amount of usage. And as you can see, if I put this in here, they are absolutely glorious. And what you can see is that there is the system it affects, and then this form a circle that if it coincides it will affect the whole system or not. The red arrow means that the artificial intelligence will go up a level, which is not what you want, or it will come down. And those 2 little icons in here, it's what it's going to affect, either in this case energy or the spaceships. And this, because it's drawn randomly and you can only see a very limited number of cards, well, you kinda don't want to get on the bad side of this. How does the game play? You have 4 cards, and you're going to have to use them all as you see fit. So we get movement only, resource management only, movement and then resource management, or resource management and then move away. These 4 are going to determine how you create your strategy. When you have used one of them, you either invest energy and put it on top of the card to make sure that you are the first player on the following round unless somebody outbids you, or you flip the card, which means that you have already used it and that's it. You won't be able to use it until you have used the other 3. So in what order you decide to use these cards is going to affect massively on the gameplay. So this is the game itself. I think it has been well enough produced. There is no overproduction whatsoever on this game. It really isn't. But there is a huge room for addition of new civilizations, new cards for the AI, new systems, lots and lots and lots of things. But that is going to depend on how much money they get during their crowdfunding campaign. So I would definitely take a look. I am going to be making full reviews of this game, and I have already played it with the author, and that video is going to be published pretty much at the same time as this. So please keep an eye on it, because I think it's going to be very well worth it. If you're looking for a game that it can be very scalable, from very simple gameplay to really, really complex with very similar mechanics and mechanisms, this is a game that you should take a look at. And if you like space, battles, games, yeah, I certainly enjoyed this one quite a lot. But again, I will be doing my full review within the next couple of weeks. So do subscribe and keep an eye so you can be notified when we publish that. In the meantime, if you have any questions, please let me know, because I would love to answer them for you. But other than that, thank you so much for being there, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Take care.